And hello there, how you doing? This is going to be another Redstone tutorial. And right now we're just going to be starting up from the very beginning, all the way from the basics up to advanced. And obviously this being the first video, it's going to be the bottom level basics, as if you just picked up the Redstone in general, you know nothing about it. So if you already know a little bit about Redstone, you might want to go ahead and skip ahead to some future videos, but I'll get on with it. So, this Redstone, right here, basically you could think of it as Minecraft wire. Now, it can't be placed on walls, only on the ground, but it is used to carry power between redstone blocks and to complete your circuits, depending on whatever you're trying to make. Now this is new as of the beta, which I guess by now is not even really new at all anymore, but there you go. Redstone repeater has three switch modes here. Well, four little switch modes plus the default, or 3 plus the default, and basically it allows you to repeat, meaning your line will be able to go further. It'll carry the power further, because after a while, if your line is too long without a repeater, it'll stop carrying the charge. It'll become too weak and stop carrying it down the line. Hence this. And I'll show you later the way that they used to get around that and make their own repeater, basically, before this repeater. But it also serves the function as a delay. This would be the highest delay. That would be the practically instant passage. And then here we have a redstone torch. Basically, it is the base power to power your redstone circuit. And, you know, it's used in many different ways, but just know it's the main power source for redstone. As you can see, it'll provide power by any adjacent redstone, not diagonal, but it has to be here on the sides, directly to the side of it, and it has to be at the same level as it, basically. So if you were to put one up here, this is actually giving an input to here. So if it's adjacent to it, on the same level of it as it adjacent, it's an output. Right now we're outputting this power, and if it is anywhere else, such as you can do below, you can do into the sides here, and you can also do over the top. Cut this out, and you'll see that'll actually provide power. Now, that's just the basics. Input is on the sides, on the top of the block that the redstone is on, or the redstone torch, or it can be under it if you have another redstone torch powering up. The only way to power up is to use redstone torches, but that's for later. Basically, if you haven't already noticed, any redstone torch that is powered, receiving power, is off. Okay, so this is receiving no power because it's all outputs. So by default it is on and giving power. This one is receiving power from the side here, and you can see the torch is off. If I was to remove this, torch turns on. Alright, same for this block. Receiving power from the top, remove it, torch turns on. Alright, so moving on from here. Alright, now we got our block here, and let's play around with some repeaters. So first of all, this, I can only give output energy if it is on the side of it, like so, just so you can kind of see. And when I say that it can't go on walls, what it'll do is if you can only have a one step down, and it'll kind of be on the wall, but if you look, it's not really there. That's just extra animation. It's really right here. So if you wanted to break it, you'd break it on the floor. Now if you'll notice, if you were to try and jump it down by 2, it's not going to work. It has to be a one step down for it to be able to jump down onto it. So, if you'll notice here, let's replace this. And if you don't know, there's a lever. Basically does what you think it does. Unpowered state, giving no power. Flip the switch, gives power. And what it'll do is it also, it's basically like a redstone torch. It'll give power here. It more or less powers this block. So you're giving power here, but you can also take power from under it. Let me demonstrate. So if I put some redstone under here, it'll be powered. And off the sides, it'll also be powered. So it's got a very wide range of powering because, well, for one, the redstone torch can receive input. This receives no input. It only gives output. So it'll give output from every direction, even the directions that a redstone torch would normally be receiving its input, because it only gives output. Now, on, off, basically like a light switch. Now, if we place our little repeaters here, you'll notice that, well, for one, let's test this theory that the redstone will stop eventually. Alright, you see that? No more power to the redstone, just as proof. This should be giving it power, right? I have it on. You can see it stop here, but for proof, this redstone torch, therefore, should be off. It is not off because it is not receiving any power. But if I was to place a repeater right here, redstone torch is off because it extended the power outlet. And